Hi, I'm Chief May with AVERS. AVERS is a nonprofit organization incorporated under state law to provide fire search and rescue services to municipalities throughout Ohio. I'm going to walk through a video here real quick. This was December 22, just before a winter storm set in. This was a public relations run that we did. It was a set of lost dogs at a park, and they had been out over 24 hours, and we had approximately 10 hours until the freezing temperatures set in. Let's go ahead and run through this real quick. I'll kind of fast forward here a little bit. Let me go ahead and check out the little doggies because they're pretty cute. I mean, look at that. That's adorable. All right. So here in a moment, you're going to see our initial thermal hit. It's over here on this side of the screen. Right there. That itty bitty little tiny white dot. As we zoom in here, you'll see just how difficult it is to see these dogs in all of this thicket. I can see them right now because I know where to look. On the left side of the screen there, you see the thermal imaging getting pretty grainy, right? That has to do with us linking the zooms together on the cameras. And it's actually a benefit to us as the pilot, not really a detriment. So I don't want you to look at that picture and think to yourself that that's how grainy our thermal is. So as you can see here, there's just some slight objects that we can see with respect to the dogs. And we see a lot of red in this. And at this time, I was actually flying this mission. I had no idea whether or not the dog was injured. I didn't know what that red was. So as I zoom in here, now we see two very clear thermal targets. I know that there's two animals lost. I still don't have a visual on them. They're hidden very, very well. They did a good job of hiding from predators throughout the night. And down inside this thicket, I can just barely see some object in there. I keep trying to reposition myself to try and find a gap and a hole through the twigs there. As you can see, I'm zooming in. And one of the things we do when we do public relations outreach for lost dogs, we never give the owners false hope. We wait until we have a confirmed target before we actually contact the owner. So once I was able to identify this dog, I wanted to make sure that it was two sets of dogs. It's pretty clear by the thermal. I just wanted to confirm. As you can see over here, you see the head of the dog and the red sweater. So at this point, I notified the ground team. The owner had, the pet owner probably had about 12 people on the ground. It was very, very cold that day. Once I confirmed that it was their pets, I gave them the exact coordinates. And the way I did that is I painted these objects with our laser, and I was able to get the exact coordinates. The dog owner was then able to use a standard consumer grade phone, plug those coordinates into the phone, and it took them directly to the animals. So it takes a little while for the search party to show up. And then, wouldn't you know it, the dogs run off. Yeah, I was not having a good moment at that point. I was like, oh my goodness. So I kept my track on the white dog since it was the easiest to see, both visually and in the thermal. And eventually, the dog owners were able to entice the dogs back to their location because obviously the dogs were terrified. And we can see the white little puppy here wagging his tail. He's pretty happy. Probably thinks he did something terribly wrong. But once he's fed a treat, he realizes that he's back home. So that's just some of the benefits of the drones. Obviously, if this was a human, that would prove to be very, very, very beneficial. We like to pick up pet rescues every now and then. It's great public relations outreach, and it also helps us practice our search and rescue skills. And that particular flight was flown on our flagship drone right here that allows us to fly in the rain, the snow, freezing temps, and up to 40-mile-an-hour winds. So If you think that your community could utilize our services, feel free to give us a call at 614-642-4900. That's 614-642-4900 and select the administration option. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.